I am Fucci and welcome to Tiny Kitchen Big Taste Halloween edition. We're brewing up one devilishly good potion today. We're making Queso. There's something about this time of year that just brings out the kid in all of us. And one thing that I loved as a kid, aside from those houses that were giving away the full-size candy bars at Halloween, was cheese. I could not get enough cheese. Everything I ate had cheese. It was like cheese upon cheese upon cheese. And well, some things just never change, especially when tortilla chips are involved. So break open a bag, because it's time to bring it. So what you're gonna need is sharp cheddar cheese, cilantro, milk, salt, butter, flour, an onion, a tomato, serrano chilies, garlic, and for the Halloween eyes, a baby bell, green olives, and an edible ink pen. You'll also need a pot, cheese grater, silicone spatula, garlic press, and a Halloween spooky sharp knife. Halloween has snuck up on us once again, and I don't know, if you're anything like me, you're usually left scrambling at the last minute to find the perfect costume and to find the perfect appetizer for your Halloween party. Well, this year, somebody must have cast a magic spell upon us because we've already got our perfect appetizer picked out. As for the costume, I need your help. I still don't have a costume for this year's Halloween party, so if you don't mind, please let me know in the comments below what you think I should dress up as for Halloween. Now let's talk cheese, or as they say in Texas, let's talk queso. Now essentially this is just a cheese dip, but people are serious about this stuff and they go in search for the best of the best. So I set out to create a version that will hold its own, that will distinguish itself amongst the masses, that you can also dress up a little for Halloween. It all starts with the cheese. We're using cheddar cheese. If this were any other time of year, I would say use white cheddar cheese, but since it's Halloween, we're going the orange-black theme. We're gonna use traditional orange cheddar. Now this is sharp cheddar, and I make sure not to get it already pre-shredded. The pre-shredded has an anti-caking agent in it that is great for helping to keep all the shreds separate, but it doesn't make great melted cheese. So we're gonna have to use a little elbow grease for this recipe because the usual shortcut just does not cut it. So we'll go ahead and shred our cheddar on our cheese grater. Woohoo! Shred that cheese, yeah. Shred that cheese, yeah. Shred that cheese, yeah, yeah, yeah. So we've got our cheddar cheese all nice and shredded. Next, we're gonna roughly chop our cilantro. Transfer that to our little bowl. And then we're gonna cut up half an onion. Take off the end that is not the root. We'll peel back the skin. Slice little strips along the length of the onion, making sure not to pierce the root. Give it a quarter turn. And go ahead and slice off our perfectly minced onion. Transfer that to our bowl. Next, we're bringing the spice with some serrano chili peppers. The more spice, the better. That's what I say. But if you don't like the spice, by all means, you can substitute a jalapeno pepper. We're just going to take off the tip here and then slice it lengthwise. And then carefully remove the seeds and just mince it up. We'll do the same for the other one. Transfer it to our bowl. Next is the tomato. You can also use tomato out of the can, but hey, if you want the best of the best, only go with fresh. So we're just gonna cut this up and cut it in half. Now, if you're using the white cheddar, I would recommend scooping out the seeds because it'll change the color of the cheese. But since we're using the orange cheese, it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna cut it into strips, give it a turn, and then create our dice. We'll do that again with the other half. We'll put that on our plate. And then last, we are going to press our garlic. Put that on the same plate as the tomatoes. So we've got our pot over medium heat. I'm gonna go ahead and add our butter. We'll let this melt. Once it's melted, I'm gonna add our peppers and onions and a little bit of salt. We're gonna saute these until they start to soften, and then we will add our tomatoes and our garlic. And we're gonna cook these until the tomatoes start breaking down, usually about 30 seconds to a minute. And at this point, we can add our flour. This is gonna serve as a thickening agent. We're gonna cook it for about 30 seconds. And now we can add our milk. And then we're gonna let the milk cook until it starts to thicken. Here comes the cheddar cheese. I like to throw this in a little bit at a time and stir it until that melts. Throw in a little bit more. And we'll throw in the final bit. Looking good. Now, if it's a little bit too thick, go ahead and thin it out with a touch of milk. Start with about a tablespoon and work from there. That's the consistency we're looking for. At this point, I'm gonna add the cilantro and mix it up. All right, let's finish it up. We're gonna create our little eyeballs, our little Halloween flair for our queso here. Just open up our Baby Bell, take it out of the wax seal. I always loved these as a kid. Now I'm using the white cheddar variety because it matches the cheddar that we're using in the queso, but by all means, if you can only find the regular variety, that works great too. We'll just go ahead and slice it in half. And then I'm gonna place it on a plate and pop this in the fridge for just a second. It helps to write on it a little bit easier. Ho! And by the magic of magic, voila, look at this. We've already got a couple of frozen pieces of cheese here. So I'm gonna write on it with some of this edible ink. We're gonna create the little veins of the eyeballs. Now you can get the edible ink pens at your local craft store. I'll go ahead and put a link below. Also, you can get them online. Then we're just gonna cut our olives. We'll just cut off just the tip here. Create a little pupil, and then we'll just place the pupil right in the center of the eyeball. Let's plate it up. So check this out, our ghoulish Halloween queso brew. Hey, this is perfect for any Halloween party. Go get the recipe for it. It's available on our website. You can also check us out at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And when you try this recipe, please let us know about it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Until next time, I'm Fucci reminding you that if I can make queso in a kitchen this tiny, you can make it in yours. We'll see you next time on Tiny Kitchen, Big Taste. Boo! So Halloween has snuck up. So I've been cursed. Can't talk today. That's usually no different than any other day, though.
It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more?